My name is Ruslan, and I once got into a fight with my wife in a Starbucks drive-thru. Fight Club confession time. The silliest, stupidest, dumbest argument I've ever had with my spouse, and it was all my fault. All right, so one night we're driving to church. We're driving somewhere. I don't remember. This is before we had kids, and we decide to go through the Starbucks drive-thru. And my wife is getting in the drive-thru, and somehow she discovers that I don't want anything, which is fine. But in her discovering that I don't want anything, she then tells me she doesn't want anything, which I'm like, all right. Now the issue is there's multiple cars behind us at this point, so we can't escape. We're here. We're in this Starbucks drive-thru. And I don't know what it was, but I'm like, no, we're here now. We're pulling up to the order window. You have to order something. And I'm being mild with it, but I end up like fully spazzing out about us being in the Starbucks drive-thru with multiple cars behind us and feeling like I'm trapped and that we got to order something. We can't just be in this drive-thru and then when it's our turn, we just don't order anything and we just drive ahead through the drive-thru as if we were never in it. I melt down, and she's laughing at me at this point, and I didn't know what was going on, but I'm like completely melting down and arguing with her like, this cannot do this. We cannot be in a drive-thru and not order anything. And then as we drove through, she's kind of cracking up. I don't know why I'm so festered. And thankfully that was one of the things that led me to go to therapy and discovered I had like PTSD, and maybe it was from that. So silliest, funniest fight I've ever had with my wife.
So what did you learn? I mean, you don't
nothing. There was nothing to learn. There was no takeaway. It was just a stupid moment that I didn't know. Here's what I learned. I legit learned that I had onset PTSD because I would have these environments where I would like freak out and spaz. And I didn't understand why I was spazzing. There was something that I was in a situation and something interpersonal would happen, and I would see things in such a black or white manner that like, no, you don't go to a drive-thru and not order anything in the drive. What are you doing? Like, I'll order something, and it's too late at that point. And so that was the catalyst to me going to therapy, to then discovering that I had onset PTSD and like, that's why I'm a weirdo sometimes in these situations that really aren't that. Because a normal person would just be like, okay, fine, like you don't want to just drive through, it's okay. That's how she was thinking about it. And I was just like, absolutely not. You cannot start a drive-through and not finish it. And there was no takeaway. There was nothing deep about it. I mean, I guess therapy is deep, Yeah. Went to therapy and discovered I had onset PTSD, and that sometimes I see things in a too much of a regimented black or white, all or nothing approach. And that is actually a form of cognitive distortion that is rooted in trauma. Like if you see everything in a black and white way, and if you struggle with all or nothing thinking, that you are likely overcompensating and dealing with some sort of cognitive distortion connected to some sort of trauma in your childhood. It's actually not normal, especially in a marriage and in interpersonal relationships. And so that was the takeaway. Yeah, I think today I tend to just be a bit more relaxed, and I discovered this principle of allowing your mind to go to the worst case scenario situation, and then asking yourself, can you deal with the consequence of it? So I'll give you an example. So like I have a flight today. I'm cutting it a little close. I'm a little nervous. Am I going to make this flight? Am I not going to make this flight? And then I go, I'm freaking out. Okay, I'm freaking out. Why am I freaking out? Because I don't want to miss this flight because I'm stressed. Okay. What do I do when I'm stressed? I'm irritable. I don't want to be irritable because I'm not a nice guy when I'm irritable. So what do? I go, well, what would happen if I missed my flight? I would just rebook the flight for the next morning. Okay, so what does that mean? Oh, it means I'd have to stay in Orlando an extra night. Okay, I'd stay in Orlando an extra night. It cost me $150 for a hotel. I'll be fine. I'll still make it to my speaking engagement tomorrow. I'll be okay. If I miss my flight, it's okay. It's fine. It's actually not that big of a deal, right? And so when you start thinking about it that way, instead of like, I'm going to miss my flight, I'm driving like a maniac and I'm irritable and I'm angry and I'm breaking the law, it's just, so what if that happens, right? And when you start thinking like that, you start discovering that like nothing is as serious as you think it is. Like nothing is a life. Most things aren't life and death situations when you're freaking out and you're stressed out and anxious. Most things you're going to recover from. It's going to be okay. If you miss that flight, if you come late to that appointment, you're fine, right? Most things we can recover from. And so I think if we approach things from that perspective, just let your brain go to what is the worst possible scenario and how this situation ends. And can you deal with the consequence of it? And if the answer is yes, then it's really not that serious, and you're just taking everything too seriously.
Yeah, literally.
Try that. No, for real. Try that next time.
I feel like doing counseling.
Next time you're running late, next time you're freaking out, next time you're worried about something, just let your mind go to the very worst case scenario, and then you realize that it's not even that much of a big deal. It's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. Whatever you're freaking out about is not as serious as you think it is. We just see the light. We tend to see life in these binaries, and then you discover that life's not binary. Like it's okay. Like you're gonna be fine, you know. And so yeah, I'm just way more relaxed because I'll just let my brain go to the worst case scenario. Yeah.